It looks like Sean O'Malley and Merab might wind up rematching after all in Miami in March. There will not be Merab versus Umar next, right? It does not look like that is going to be the case. I'm going to break down everything that we just found out, starting with the last fight at UFC 306. Obviously, Sean O'Malley lost to Merab Dvalishvili, but it is well known, you know, Sean O'Malley was very injured in that fight. And while I did clown heavily Sean O'Malley for claiming he was robbed, at the end of the day, you have to admit that O'Malley did pretty well for a guy who had an injured hip. And I definitely do think to some extent it might have hindered him in this fight. Would he have lost anyway? That's a different story. But O'Malley insists time and time again, this is why he lost the fight, and he is confident he will beat Merab in a rematch, calling him out multiple times, even telling Merab in text push for the rematch. But it seemed like after that fight at UFC 306, Merab was going to fight Umar Nurmagomedov, who just beat Corey Sandhagen. That seemed to be the #1 contender. However, there is a huge controversy. Is Merab ducking Umar? We don't know. Guys, please hit the subscribe button so far. Please hit the notification bell. I know a lot of these videos have not been getting into the inboxes, so it helps the channel so much. Now, Umar wanted to fight early next year or at the end of this year. The reason being, of course, because Umar Nurmagomedov is Muslim. That means he follows Ramadan. Point is that if you're Muslim, you're not going to want to fight. You can't really train during that period. So Merab's saying he's not going to be ready for January. He is saying that he is going to be ready for like February or maybe even March, which wouldn't really work for Umar. Now, I don't know if Merab is ducking Umar. I don't think Merab is really afraid of anybody. So I think that this is just a case of Merab probably still having some lingering injuries and needing some more time to fight. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Is Merab ducking Umar? And today we got announced some massive news that even pushes this theory further. It turns out that according to multiple sources, that Song Yadong and Umar Nurmagomedov is in the works to main event at Tampa event at the end of the year. So why would Umar sign that fight if he has a title fight coming up pretty soon? This pretty much confirms, yeah, Umar is not going to be fighting Merab until maybe next year if he does beat Song Yadong. And I gotta call it as it is, right? Like, I've criticized Umar in the past saying you didn't deserve this title shot, but you gotta give a lot of respect for Umar for stepping up, trying to be active. A lot of people in his shoes would have just waited till probably next October, Abu Dhabi time, and then wait for that title shot. Umar is saying, no, let me not wait. I want to be active. I want to squeeze another fight. And he is literally saying this, that he's asking for that. So credit to Umar for just staying active and accepting a hard matchup in Song Yadong, which I can't wait for that fight too. But that means that Merab is going to be free early next year, which means who is he going to fight? I think the obvious answer is Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley even went on the MMA Hour this week talking about how he wants to fight at Miami and seemed pretty confident about it, even talking about it as it's like a matter of fact.
Whenever they go to Miami, that's what I want.
You say the Merab fight, the rematch, with like conviction, with confidence. Do you know something that we don't know? Like, is the UFC interested in this?
And we know that there is going to be a card in Miami. Jorge Masvidal actually kind of leaked this in a podcast recently.
You want to get a fight? How long before you want to get a fight?
Next year, March.
Let's go.
Next year, March.
March is always a big card. So
yeah, next year, March. If they go to Miami, I'm gonna somebody up in Miami.
Is it in Miami?
I don't
potentially?
know.
So we know about in March or so, they're going to have a pay-per-view there, which is normally when they do in Miami. So with all these details, I am pretty confident. I'm willing to say right now, I am pretty confident right now. I think that we're going to see Sean O'Malley versus Merab too, which I'm not mad about. I think a lot of people are going to be mad about this. First of all, Sean O'Malley was injured. I know a lot of people hate hearing this. People say excuses, excuses. It's the truth. Clearly, Sean O'Malley was injured going into that fight, and that doesn't take away what Merab did. Merab is still a great fighter, and as you guys know, I love Merab. I always defend him here. But it is true. This wasn't 100% Sean O'Malley, especially having a hip injury. Like, that's gonna, you know, hurt your grappling ability, your defending takedowns, your kicks. I even pointed out that he probably would have thrown more teeps against Merab if that hip wasn't hurt, because you're literally using all your hip for that kick, right? You're literally pushing forward. So while I do think that Sean O'Malley clearly lost that first Merab fight, I think a rematch wouldn't be exactly bad. And I think some positive takeaways from O'Malley is that he didn't really get taken down that much, right? He got controlled, I think, in like round 4 and maybe another round, but he kept getting up. He wasn't exactly easy to keep down, and his cardio lasted overall. Like, in the 5th round, he won that 5th round against a cardio machine like Merab. So we know that he is always dangerous, and we know that he could potentially, you know, cause a lot more danger for Merab in this fight. And also a question is, how is Sean O'Malley going to react to the pressure of Merab? Last time he did not react well, right? He pressed forward in like the first 10 seconds or so, but after that, he was going backwards the whole time, letting Merab basically dictate how the fight was going to go. O'Malley can't do that. O'Malley can't afford to do that. He needs to go forward. And one of the things is, if you're confident, you are more likely to go forward, right? And if you're fighting with an injury, you're not going to be as confident, so you're not going to go as forward, because you're going to know, look, I got this injury, I got to be extra careful. And I think especially considering how badly O'Malley was injured in that last fight, I think a rematch is quite interesting, actually. I think we kind of have to look at this fight with a whole new perspective, although I probably would still pick Merab. I do think that O'Malley could potentially do well, and seeing that he didn't do exactly so bad in that last fight, that's a pretty high bar. And this card looks cool as it is. I mean, we're hearing Jorge Masvidal might be on this card, probably another title fight too. Maybe we finally get to see Colby Covington and Ian Gary on that card. We could even possibly get a Dustin Poirier fight, which I talked about in my last video. video. Honestly, this card is looking insanely stacked so far. But yeah, guys, comment in the comment section below what do you guys think about the fight. Do you guys think that O'Malley is going to fight Merab? Thank you guys for watching. You guys are the best fan base in MMA. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share, and I'll see you guys in the next one.